Hey, what it do, y'all? It's your boy E2 Blue coming back at you again, man. It's been a crazy week so far, last couple of days in the NFL with some of the news that's been coming out, but you know, finally, it's more stuff than just about the Cowboys, right? But as far as our team goes, um, y'all know, y'all heard that we re-signed Noah Brown yesterday. We put the franchise tag on Dalton Schultz, 10.9 million for him. I guess they at this point they didn't have any choice but to do that because Blake Jarwin is having surgery, so he won't be ready for the start of the season. And I'm pretty sure they're probably going to draft another tight end, or I don't know, maybe get one in free agency. We don't know, but there were some moves made around the league. The biggest one, Aaron Rodgers. I thought that he was going to retire, but the Green Bay Packers, I guess, really wanted him back. Signed a 4-year, $200 million contract. Is now the highest paid quarterback player in NFL history. So that's crazy. But I guess with the new contract, I guess now that the old contract is done with them, it clears up more cap space for them. So I guess I can see why they did that. And their franchise tagging um, Devontae Adams. So with that being said, we still got to deal with Aaron Rodgers, right? Damn, thought that was over, right? Yeah, thought we didn't have to deal with that. Shit. So no, but it is what it is. It is what it is. But I will say this though. Um, all this talk around Amari Cooper and everything that the Cowboys are doing, like they're fielding calls for him. Apparently, the Eagles want Amari Cooper. There's some other teams looking for him too as well. So um, I really hope the Cowboys find a way to keep Cooper because I don't know, they're gonna have to do some Houdini stuff with this money. Although Dak Prescott did restructure his contract, they restructured Zach Martin as well. So I think that was like 22 million they freed up, and Noah Brown's contract is $1 million. That's nothing. I'm pretty sure they're gonna re-sign Gallup because that's been the talk. Um, but you got to figure out something with Cedric Wilson. I would love to see Cedric Wilson still stay, but knowing him, he's probably going to go to another team because he's gonna get a bigger payday with another team because they seen with the Cowboys how we use him as our utility knife, and it is what it is. But the not only did the Seahawks release Bobby Wagner, and I'll talk about that in a second, but they traded goddamn Russell Wilson to the Broncos. When I saw that news, when I saw that come out yesterday, I was like, the fuck? When I saw that, I was like, wow. So now all of a sudden, Seahawks need a quarterback. So I don't know what the deal was. Maybe he just wasn't happy anymore with the Seahawks, but now the Denver Broncos are going to be much better. That's what they need. They needed a quarterback because Drew Lock definitely was not about to be the starting quarterback of the Denver Broncos. I'm gonna tell you that right now. So, and who else did they have? Did they still have Trevor Simeon over there? I don't know, but Drew Lock was not the answer. So that AFC West is definitely going to be a force to be reckoned with next season. And I think we play them again next season. I believe. I got to look at the schedule, but yeah, but I'm gonna tell you this. That's gonna be interesting. Him and Sierra out there in Colorado. Definitely gonna be interesting. Now, um, Bobby Wagner though coming to, well, the thought of him coming to the Cowboys is interesting because we know this team does not really want to, I guess, sign older players, but Bobby Wagner still has something in the tank. Most of the time, like we look at these guys, we look at who they were as a player when they were younger, and some of these teams release them because they don't think that they have the juice anymore. But Bobby Wagner on this team makes sense. It works because he was under Dan Quinn when Dan Quinn was the defensive coordinator for Seattle. He says that he's one of the best linebackers he's ever worked with outside of Micah. And I'm gonna tell you this, like he'll fit here because if you get Bobby Wagner there to help out with that linebacker core with Jabril Cox, um, it gives the Cowboys even more wherewithal to move Micah Parsons around that defensive line and let him rush. Sometimes he can still be the linebacker. They can switch up. He could be an every down linebacker in that case. There was Kansas City Chiefs released Anthony Hitchens, the guy that we drafted years back. He spent the last 4 seasons with them, got a Super Bowl ring with the Kansas City Chiefs, and he said that he would love to come back and play with the Dallas Cowboys with Micah Parsons. Either or, you get Anthony Hitchens or you get Bobby Wagner. Anthony Hitchens is I think a few years younger than Bobby Wagner. Actually, Anthony Hitchens is I think still only 28 years old. Like he's still young. He's not old yet. Well, is he? Is he 20? Is he 30 yet? I mean, I know he's close to 30, if not there yet. But he was young when the Cowboys had him. So, but I mean, if you compare him to Bobby Wagner I think has more experience because he's been in the league a little longer. But Anthony Hitch has been on this team before, so he knows the Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'd be a great reunion to see him come back to the Cowboys. I would kind of love to see that. It'd be kind of cool. But either or, I would like. If they get either one of them in free agency, I'll hand clap to that because either way you go, it's going to help Micah Parsons in this defense, period. I'll talk more about our safeties and some of the guys that we could potentially bring back or we might lose. But the biggest thing, though, today, and I couldn't wait to get off of work to do this video, Carson Wentz got traded to the Commanders. When I first saw the article, I was like, I thought it was like one of those sites. You know how they just be throwing stuff out there and false stuff and stuff. Because there's these pages on Instagram and Twitter that just be saying, oh, this person got traded, this person got traded. I thought it was one of those sites. But when I saw the NFL.com release on it, I was like, oh, so it's real. So they really did trade Carson Wentz to the Commanders. Oh, my God. He's back. He's now back in the NFC East after only being with the Colts for 1 year. Now, this is the funny thing about this, right? Now, for the Commanders, they get an upgrade from Taylor Heineke. They get a guy that could come in to be their franchise quarterback. Now, they could get him for a year, and if they feel like that Carson Wentz ain't the guy, they can always drop him after that year because they're just traded for his contract. And his contract, I think, will be up after 2023 anyway. So, let's go back. Carson Wentz started with the Eagles, was drafted number 2 overall in 2016. We talked about that. Same year Dak Prescott. We all heard this news about, how much better Carson Wentz was than Dak. And I kept telling people, why are you comparing a 4th round pick to a 1st round draft pick? Like, you know what I mean? Like, Dak was a 4th round draft pick for a reason. You know what I mean? So I just look at it like that. Like, it is what it is. But this is my thing. Carson Wentz, I never thought was better than Dak Prescott. He just was drafted earlier than him. But you see that the Eagles got rid of him. They traded a 2nd round draft pick, which turned into a 1st round because he played the whole season with the Colts. Because it was based off of his performance or whatever. So it was like a 1st, a 3rd, or something like that. And they traded him off to the Colts. The coach said, all right, Frank Reich was like, okay, I had him when I was a coach with the Eagles. Well, he was the offensive coordinator, that is, with Doug Peterson. And, they made it to a Super Bowl even though it wasn't Wentz. It was, Nick Foles that did that. But either way, he still got a ring because of it. But they got rid of him. Coach had him for a year. Coach was like, yeah, he's not as good as we thought he was. So then what they do, they go and trade him again. And trade him back to the NFC East. And now he's with Washington. Again, it's an upgrade for them, but we get to see him again twice a year. Now, I'm not too worried because we know how to play Carson Wentz. I'm not worried about Carson Wentz. All we gotta do is apply pressure. He's gonna fold like a duck, and he's gonna wince. So, pun intended. But yeah, so I just look at that as just funny because 2016, Dak Prescott is still the only quarterback in that draft class. And you look at the guys that were drafted ahead of him, what it was like 9 or 10 quarterbacks drafted ahead of Dak Prescott, maybe 11. Half of those guys are not even in the league anymore. Dak Prescott is the only quarterback in that draft class that's still starting for his original team that he was drafted to. So those of you that don't like Dak Prescott, understand that like it's a reason why he's still here. So, and I'm pretty sure if the Cowboys were to somehow get rid of Dak, which would be astronomically dumb, because that you talk about a cap hit. Cowboys would never be able to sign anybody ever again if you release Dak Prescott right now because of his contract. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of teams that would love to have Dak because you seeing these teams scrambling because this year's draft is not great with quarterbacks. So you seeing these teams scrambling. They brought Aaron Rodgers back. Green Bay brought Aaron Rodgers back. The Wilsons, him and Sierra are now in Colorado, and now Wentz is with Washington. So, it's probably going to be some more stuff going around and shaking. I think the Colts are probably going to go get Jimmy G. We'll see about that. And, again, there's some other teams that need quarterbacks as well. So, just be glad that we have a franchise quarterback because it could be worse. I think that could be all right. We just need this coaching staff to just put things in perspective and just we just need to be better as a team in general. But yeah, that holds. You look at what these other teams are doing. It's just like, okay, at least we don't have that problem. I'm just saying. But I just laughed at the whole Carson Wentz thing because I was just like, wow, like. Now he's the NFL jumper, but damn, Aaron Rodgers, $200 million. Jesus, dude, give me some money. Just give me $1 million. Just want $1 million. That'll get me out of debt and everything. I'll be good. Oh, just to have that money, like that's. I know a lot of that goes to his agent and his publicists and all that other crazy stuff, but But we're not going to get into that right now. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section about the news that came out these last couple of days. Like, it's crazy, and it's going to get even more crazier. And then let me know what you think about Bobby Wagner and or Anthony Hitchens possibly coming to the Cowboys. I would love it. Definitely need that linebacker depth. And we still waiting to see what happens with D-Law and Amari Cooper at this point. But like, share, subscribe to the channel, man. It's your boy E2 Blue, always keeping it real. Talk to y'all soon.